Hey, good morning, Buck fans. Welcome to the Bucks pregame show. We're getting ready to delve into this great matchup today at 4 between the Bucks and the Jags. So let's stay tuned and get it popping. What's up? Good morning, everybody. Happy holidays to all the Buck fans and everyone out there. AJ Turner up here with the Bucks pregame. Always chill and check out the aftermath on 102.9 The Game, Broad Street South Radio. And most importantly, again, this is the time of season where we need to get a gift going. I need you all to get out there and show your support for Coach Slick. Try to get him that position as an intern. As always, go follow my video on It's About Buck and Time and check out the video. Give Coach Slick an opportunity. You can see his accolades. Only 2 minutes and 27 seconds of your life. So check it out. But let's talk about the Bucs today. The Buccaneers are in a position where this win right here, they would just be one more step of having the NFC South division. And that's what we all are about. We want that to happen. The Bucs are in prime position. They are in control of their own destiny. That is the most important thing. That is all I ever wanted for this season, is for the Buccaneers to be in control. And if they lose, they go down fighting hard, and not because of a lack of passion or energy and incompetence. So that is what I'm all about today. Now, the Buccaneers will be playing against Trevor Lawrence. Apparently, Trevor Lawrence will be playing today. Now, and I'm not saying this just because he is we're playing against him, but the Jaguars better. I really hope that they're doing things for the best interest of not just their team, but if he can't play and something happens, that's going to be a damn shame, and there should be consequences for the Jaguars. I don't know how he got through this concussion protocol so soon. I kind of find it very suspect because CJ Sprout is still out. And I don't give a damn about, there's different levels of concussions. Yes, there is. But at the same time, I would really hope that Jacksonville do their diligence. And I understand that times are desperate for them as well, and they're in a must-win situation. But at the same time, you still should be doing the best, and the most in your power to protect your players, even if it's protecting them from themselves, and even if it can possibly cost you a position to be in the playoffs. Because what's worse, you put this player in a position to where his career is shortened, and then you got to go look for another quarterback anyway. I'm very sketchy about that, but I hope that Trevor is fine. I hope he's okay. I hope he's doing well, and he is able to function. That's the most important thing I want to say out of this. I want to make sure that these players can function outside of football, because they only play 60 minutes of football in 17 games. I want them to be able to function years down the line. Now that I have said all that, let's start on the Bucs defense today. If I am Todd Bowles, attack. Put Trevor Lawrence on his ass today. Be in his face. You need to make Trevor beat us. I want to see if he really is going through that concussion protocol, if he is going to be able to read his routes, if he is going to be able to do things, if he is going to do what they say. And you're right, Jeff Olson. And morning to you guys. Yes, hello to everybody. Christopher Cole, good morning. Jeff Olson. Lawrence was a 3-point swing in betting the odds, in which I don't understand why. It's not that I have nothing against Trevor. I think he's doing fine, but he's not. Him being in does not favor, to me, in my personal opinion. I'm impressed with the Jags, but not to the point to where I would have said that they're just going to come in here and beat the Bucs. They got a nice squad, but I do think the Bucs overall still has better talent on offense. You can say what you want, but back to the defense. Put Trevor Lawrence on his ass. I want, if he isn't stable, I want you to make him more unstable in that pocket, which is the reason today I really want to emphasize on Bowles. There is no reason to play a lot of cushion coverage or soft coverage today. You want to come out and be aggressive. Now, we know for the most part that Bowles is not going to do this, but if Bowles really wants to show me that he has turned that corner on being the coach, the remaining coach of this for this Buccaneers organization, today is the day to be aggressive. Today is the day to play more man coverage, jam, not no little man coverage where you push them off and then you run off. No, get in these receivers' faces. Calvin Ridley is good, not great. Calvin Ridley is a very strong number 2 receiver. Ingram is a very good receiver. But I'm not impressed. None of these guys that I just mentioned are Mike Evans or Godwin. So this is where I do think that this is the game with these receivers. For the corners, McCollum and Dean and Carlton Davis, they play much better in man coverage. Jenna Lane, if you really want to, go check Jenna Lane out on ESPN. She's already given you statistics on when the Bucs play man coverage, how much better they are than when they play zone coverage. I just truly think zone coverage is a thinking man's game. If you're not able to anticipate the route or where they're going or be able to jump a route, you are just setting yourself up to slowly and mentally be defeated. I told you this already. The weakness to Bowles' defense is time. Eventually, you break them down that way. You burn them out, at least I'd say by the third quarter. By mid-third quarter, the Bucs defense can get burnt out if they play zone coverage. You got to swing and miss. If it doesn't work and they get beat, Bowles, okay, then you can go back to switching it up. I'm not saying that you stay in man coverage all game. But what I do believe is I want to see you play man coverage earlier. I want to see them get more aggressive. If you want to help this Bucs pass rush, that means the secondary is going to have to do their part as well. Now, for people who don't understand, jamming one-on-one is not about necessarily stopping receivers completely. It's about disrupting timing. It's about disrupting the chemistry between the quarterback. You want to make your quarterback hesitate that one split second to where the pass rush can get there just because the receiver is not in the right position to get open, and it's harder to get separation. Again, they're not playing Calvin Ridley. Is big day incoming. He's too quick for the big body corners. Not necessarily. He's not necessarily, because here's the thing. If you disrupt the timing, if Carlton Davis, I do think Carlton Davis is better when he's jamming at full force because he's stronger. He's stronger than Calvin Ridley. If you do that, you disrupt the timing, and you could put Antoine down there to double him as well. Again, this Jaguars offense, they're not juggernauts. They are a good offense, but they're not. Their receivers, again, are their receivers better than Godwin and Evans? Absolutely not. So if you do that and if you can make Trevor just hesitate that one moment, that's where I think Kancey can go off. That's where Yaya can go off. I really want to see, and with Devin White coming back in the mix today, I honestly don't want to see Devin White in coverage. I want to just see him blitzing. I want him to utilize his speed to get in between the linemen and make the sacks. KJ Britt and Russell are doing a fine job when it comes to coverage and making tackles. I expect Levante to have a good day, but the guys in the trenches are going to have to win. We know Vita is going to be Vita. So I need Kancey today to step up. I really want Kancey to get out there and fire on all cylinders and get to Trevor. Again, I want Trevor to be uncomfortable. I want him, hit him a few times. You take that one penalty. I'm not saying being dirty about it, but put him on his ass. I want Trevor to feel like, damn, maybe I should have sat this one out. Because if he is man enough to go to clear this concussion protocol, then that is my only fear today, too. I don't want the damn refs to keep in control of this game, because if Trevor gets hit, then all of a sudden they throw the damn flags. That is what will piss me off, because at that point, if he went through concussion protocol, then there's no reason to be trying to keep him safe. That is my only thing. The refs today, let both teams play football. If Trevor can't be out there and he gets hit or hurt, then he shouldn't have been out there in the first place. If there's a head injury, I don't want the media saying the Bucs were being dirty. They weren't. Trevor shouldn't have had his ass out there, and that will fall on the Jacksonville Jaguar organization. I said this again earlier. It's crazy how he went through that. He cleared the concussion protocol so fast, but CJ Sprout is still out. Again, that is going to be on the Jaguars if something happens to Trevor. I'm not hoping that, as I stated earlier. I'm all for the safety of these players, and sometimes you're going to have to put, besides the playoffs on the line over. You can't put the playoffs over your future quarterback. That's your franchise quarterback. So I say again, load the box, Bucs. Load that damn box. Take the run away from them early and make Trevor beat you with his arm. But that means, again, load the box. Bowles, do not allow this off. Do not allow the Jags to get in the rhythm, because that is what happens. I know Bowles wants to try to always fill them out. It looks like he wants to always fill them out and see what they're doing today. How about this? How about stop them completely? How about this? Your offense is finally clicking on all cylinders, and they are able to get past that second and third gear to the fourth and fifth gear now. How about this, Bowles? If you really want this defense to eat, play physical. I want you to make sure that these Jag receivers are damn near exhausted by the end of the game. I want them by the fourth quarter to be like, damn, we really have to work. I honestly believe that with the man coverage early, you can take this team out the game, because we already know what the Jags are going to do. They're going to do some short passes, of course, a little dink and dunk. They're going to basically give what the Bucs. They're going to take what the Bucs give. Give what the Bucs take. I mean, y'all know what I mean. If the Buccaneers corners play far off, then don't be surprised if Trevor just throws a short pass. Don't be surprised if there's screen passes coming, because we don't need to play that way. Be aggressive. Make Trevor take those deep shots. Make him. I'm just telling you right now what to expect. Bucs, if you are aggressive, you want to take the fight to them. Punch them in the mouth first. First of all, you are at your own home, Bucs. So that's basically, in a nutshell, that is what that I expect from this defense. I expect that this defense to get physical and nasty, because that's what they're going to have to be. You can't play finesse today. Again, this is a dangerous Jags team because they have a lot riding on the line. So I don't expect the Jags to just lay down either. They're going to come out with explosive plays or trick plays that we haven't seen, which is why, in my opinion, don't give them time to make those plays develop, Bowles. Do not allow them to do a certain play where they're left wide open. You want to beat them. Again, if one guy gets beat deep, then it happens. It happens. Then you can go back to the drawing board and say, okay, this didn't work. But what you don't want to do, again, you don't want them to march down the field, eat up 6 or 7 minutes, and get a touchdown. And again, this is why I get frustrated when Bowles will do that. He will allow them to march down, and then he wants to clamp up in the red zone. And yes, they still walked away with 3 points, and sometimes eventually that's all they might need. What if the offense, and I hope not, knock on wood, if the offense have an off day, then you don't want to always leave this in the hands of your defense, Bowles. Not when you have an offense like this. You have an offense that is finally getting their shit together. And Merry Christmas to you, to Russ Weeks. And yes, I want to whoop the Jags' ass. I still think that this Bucs team can comfortably beat this Jags team, because they're unraveling right now, and the Bucs are actually pointing up. To be honest, I went back and looked at it. Each game, the Bucs, this 3-game win streak, they've gotten better and better, which is what we all wanted. Of course, the Panthers game, we were flustered because they barely won that game. Then the Falcons game, and then this Packers game, they played the best complete football of the entire season. And you know why? Because this team was aggressive. This team wanted that. That was a very important win. And I said this on the Aftermath on 102.9 a few weeks ago, that if the Bucs beat the Packers, I said that it's highly likely that they can run the table, because now the Jags are, because now you beat the Packers was a team on the come up too. And because the Buccaneers beat the Packers the way that they did, it finally showed. I think Canales, hopefully he's seeing the light now that, you know what, man, this passing game can be very devastating, and that can help set up the run. We want to keep Rachaad White fresh. We don't want him to be trying to bludgeon his way. That's not his style. And I'm glad that the Bucs have realized, oh, wow, we have a hell of a receiver in White. White is basically our Calvin Kamara. So that is what I want. So defense, again, be aggressive. Get some blitzes going. And I thought about this, and I know this could be a stretch, but if you're going to blitz with a corner, how about we use McCollum? The only reason I say that is because he has the speed to where he could possibly get there. And I trust Izzian to be on the outside for just a play or two. I think Izzian has done a great job. He's doing a hell of a job, but switch it up. I think if you disguise the blitzes, mix it up with the players. But I do want to see some blitzes. I do, of course. Again, I want to see the Buccaneers defense smother the hell out of Trevor. I don't want Trevor to breathe at all in this game. Load that box. Make them, again, you load the box, and if they try to run, you stuff that shit right there. And this could be a game where Yaya and JTS can do some damage. And I say that because Yaya, with the strength that he has, he can beat this lineup, that offensive lineup, and then JTS can come in and use his speed to tire them out as well. So I expect a lot of rotation with this Bucs defense, and the guys, we have a nice amount of depth. I think Anthony Nelson will be fine. Again, what we want is for this Bucs defense to not have to be out there all the time. Now let's get to the offensive side. You know what I said before, guys. Remember what I said. This is what I said last week that the Bucs would have to do against the Green Bay Packers. Today, the offense needs to be the heroes. Today, the Buccaneers offense need to be the one firing on all cylinders and firing the cannon. Today, that's the same thing again. I tell you this, the Buccaneers offense is going to have to be the hero. The Buccaneers offense, again, is going to have to set the tone for this team today. I say that because you know what the Bucs can do potentially. So what I would do today, if I were the Bucs on offense, yes, first play coming out, I don't want to see a run. I want to see a rollout. I want to see a rollout pass to where Evans is going deep. Evans is going to be running a shallow crossing route, and Otten is going to be running up the seams. Here's why I say that. But as we all know, Baker is an excellent quarterback when he is on the run because that's where he makes things happen. Because one, I think Baker, he does so well because one, he can see and he doesn't have to worry about a defender hitting him from the blind side, and he knows how to improvise. You have the offensive weapons to do that. So that is what I would do. And Otten, Slick and I have always talked about that. Otten is a hell of he can be a good receiver, a weapon in the middle of that field. You saw what he did in Green Bay when he was taking passes up the middle, when he was going up the seam. That is exactly what I want to see. And I like what Jeff Olson says here. Offense should be able to do whatever they want. Just don't make risky throws. Jags are fifth in interceptions. That's gravy. That's beautiful. And I understand what you're saying, Jeff. You are absolutely right. But again, this is also matchup situation issue as well. If you do it the right way, I don't see they're going to double Evans. We know this. This will be another game that I am looking for Otten and Godwin to go off. I really am. I really do think that they can. But again, come out starting with passing, because then when you do that, this Jags defense is going to have they're going to have no choice but to respect the passing game, so they can't load the box. They won't be able to without risking getting beat. Now, Rachaad White can go up the middle with the HB draws because I think he does well. He excels in that. Now you can get in Edmonds. Now you can make so many things happen because now they're going to have to respect that passing game. And to be quite honest, I want to see this receiver get in on this action too, because we haven't utilized him enough yet. I want to see Trey Palmer, not just for speed up the field vertically. I want to see him across the field horizontally. He has the speed that can devastate and tire out this linebacking core. And I know the Jags have a good linebacking core, but with Palmer, this is what I'm gonna do: crossing routes right in and there. I'm gonna start him out that way. Again, another play that you can do is this is what I would do, especially if I ran a trips play. Again, guys, you know how I love my offensive plays, so this is it right here. This is another play that if I am Canales, you can use. Look at this. Look at that. Look how nice that is. I don't see the Jaguars beating this play, and then you could switch it up all over the place. If Palmer, and look, if Rachaad White is the blocker, he'll have that extra second that he needs to get the play going. Or White can block, do a quick block, and then he can roll out for a pass. Though my point is, Bucs fans, that the Buccaneers have the weapons. It's not just Evans and Godwin. Those are your two foundations, absolutely. But you see what Otten can do. You see Palmer has the potential. This could be a game where if the Jags are so hell-bent on shutting down Evans and Godwin, Palmer is going to be wide open because they still don't believe in him yet. This is where Palmer is not a possession type of receiver. I want Baker throwing to Palmer in stride so he can utilize his speed and cut up the field and go off. Palmer is going to have to be used in that way. I don't want us to try to always throw it to him where he has to make tight catches. That's not his thing. I don't see that. And then I want to see more motion. I like that. Last week when the touchdown with Rachaad White, the motion was killing them. The offense, and I'm believing in Canales more and more. He is getting my confidence back up with him because I like that he was being aggressive. We're gonna have to go all out today. Now, I'm not saying this is an important game, especially you win this game. You're putting yourself at another level where you're bringing confidence within your organization. Today, it should be, I don't give a shit who we playing. The hell with the Jags. We need to put them on their ass. This team, you want to continue with the onslaught. They are unraveling right now. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Of course, they're going to be desperate. Again, this is a dangerous team. They can be dangerous because they are desperate, just like Green Bay was. You see, it took us, we didn't pull away from the game in Green Bay until the fourth quarter. How about today, Bucs, Canales, and Bowles, pull away from this team if you can. And now, I would love to see us pull them away before halftime, but I'm a realist. If we could put them away by mid-third quarter or make them more desperate, I would feel comfortable that way. I would feel a lot more comfortable. But what we don't want to do, we don't want to keep them in the game in the fourth quarter. I would love for the Bucs to be up by at least 13 in the third quarter. And then when the fourth quarter come around, that's how I would love that. I think if you can do that, you put a lot of pressure on Trevor and all them. And that's when mistakes will happen. In the secondary, you already know who I expected to have a good day as well in Antoine Winfield. But again, back to the offense. The offense is going to have to be aggressive. Take those deep shots. Now, again, get the short intermediate passes going. Do that. Get Rachaad White in the backfield. Hell, if you can make it work, get in the shotgun position where you got 2 running backs in the backfield, where Edmonds goes out for a catch or Rachaad goes out and Edmonds is the blocker. You have to design plays and be super creative today, Canales. Don't be predictable. And we were favored 2 days ago, and now we are +1 because Trevor told disrespect for the Bucs. Absolutely. But you know what the Bucs can do? This is again. You know what the Bucs can do for that? Beat the shit out of this team. Whoop their ass. Make them understand, okay, who gives a shit that Trevor was in here? Yeah, he should have sat out. That's how I don't give it. If anything, If the Bucs win today, now when the Bucs win today, there should be no excuse from the media about the Bucs not beating a good team and Trevor shouldn't have played. I don't want to hear none of that shit anymore because it happened. It is what it is, and the Bucs are hungry. So the Bucs need to continue to stay hungry. That's why I keep going back to this offensive strategy. The Bucs have got to go off today. Again, if you really want to be about your shit, Canales, get a spread going. Get that spread going. The Jags don't have enough defensive players to where they can contain Evans, Godwin, Palmer, and Otten. Somebody's going to be open. Someone is going to be open. And again, when Baker is in the pocket, he should already know his first two options. Don't make him sit. Do not put him in a position where he has to wait for the play to develop more than 3 seconds because now you're setting him up. Because Baker, I like that Baker, we know that Baker he's not no Brady-esque or pocket-like precise looking quarterback, and that's okay. Baker still does the damn thing. So Canales, again, don't put him in that position. Don't make him have to read through a progression where it takes too long to develop, and then he holds on the ball too long. But that also that's for Baker. Baker, if there's nothing in the play, either throw the damn ball away or tuck it and go. There might be there needs to be a moment where Baker can go, okay, if it's 2nd and 3, hell, I'm gonna take off anyway. If they give me that space, I'm not even gonna allow them, because one, if Baker starts doing that, now the Jaguars defense is going to have to worry about that. So that's another extra man that the damn Jags are going to have to keep an account. Again, the Bucs have a lot of mismatches. I don't see, again, they're going to double Evans. You know that they're going to double Evans. When they double Evans, that's where Godwin eats. Keep him in the slot so he can feast. Put Palmer on the outside. Man, Evans and Palmer on the outside, and let's say if they do go routes, somebody's gonna win. Somebody's gonna win that. And if the safety is going more towards Evans' side, man. And I still expect Evans to go off today too. I expect Evans to get between 75 to 80 to 90 yards today, and I expect him to get at least 2 touchdowns. The reason why I say that is if he's in the red zone. If we get to the red zone, you throw it to him, especially if they don't get double. So I expect Evans to have at least, like I said, between 70 to 90 yards and at least 2 touchdowns. That's my hot take for the offense. So the Bucs have everything in there. They have it today. This is the game right here, guys. You want to whoop this team. Now, is it as big as the Saints game? Not really. No. That's a whole nother, you're gonna see a whole nother AJ turned up on that note. But today, this is just for state bragging rights. It's like, look, we running this shit right here. Like, the Dolphins right now is considered the best, but right now we gonna be that strong second squad right now. Jacksonville, I'm sorry that y'all are doing with y'all in y'all position, but we got to kick y'all ass today. Buccaneer players, whoop the Jags today. The theme of today should be aggression. You are in a position where people, literally the media, wrote this Bucs team off. They thought you guys were only going to win between 2 to 5 games just because Brady is gone. Make them understand that they made a big mistake and that they didn't know what the hell they're talking about. Levante David is still playing at an unbelievable level and still not getting the love he deserves just because he's not a loudmouth person. He's not always starting shit, but that's okay. Tristan Wirfs, you could say top 3 left tackle in the game. Antoine Winfield doing the damn thing out there, being the best safety right now, in my opinion. Canty is on the rise. So there is hope. Put this team away early, Bucs. You have what it takes. Get your shit together. Get out there. Bowles, I'm talking to you again. Don't make this a close game. When you got to lead, when this offense take care of business, if they go out there and they get the ball first and they score 7 points this time, That is your job, not to make them settle for 3. Get their asses out there with a 3 and out so the Bucs offense can get back out there and put up another 7 points. That's the type of game I want to see today, Bowles. When your offense goes out there and does their damn job, I want you, Bowles, to be aggressive, to say, you know what? We're not even going to let them stay in this game. We're going to get aggressive. If they try to throw it over our heads, that's not going to happen. We're going to put Trevor in the damn dirt today. That is what needs to happen today. You win this game, Bucs. Tampa, you win this game today, Bucs. You only got one more game to win, and the NFC crown is yours. You sit on the throne yet again. So today, I need you to get that. Do you understand? Make it easier for yourself, Bucs. You don't want to lose today. Don't get it twisted. You lose today, it is no harm, no foul, but you got to win out. And you don't want that. You win today, one more game. That's it. You whoop their asses today. You beat the Jags today. Now you could just say, man, we got one more game, guys, and we're going to take care of that punk-ass Saints team too, and then we're in it. Don't you want to go in hot like that, Bucs? Bucs, I'm telling you, there's no reason that you can't win this game. You should win this game. You are at home. You're playing a team that is desperate, so that means they, as dangerous they can be, they're vulnerable as well because they're liable to make mistakes because they're overthinking. Let's get this win today, Bucs. I believe in you. Now, my prediction, I expect the guys that I think that's gonna go off on defense today. I do think in the trenches it's gonna be Yaya. I feel that Yaya is gonna have a day, and I don't know why. I think McCullum is gonna be strong and solid today on the field. Then on offense, I got Rashad White, and I got Baker doing it again. So I'd say the final score, I would say the Bucs, we get 31 and the Jazz have 14. I know that's a strong take, and either way, I don't give a damn if I'm completely wrong as long as the Bucs get a win. That's all that matters. So let's get this win today, Buc fans. And again, always, you should catch me on the Aftermath. The Bucs, the Aftermath on 102.9, the Game Broad Street South Radio. This is AJ Turn Up here. And then always check us out with Coach Slick, a.k.a. the British guy who's always flying on standby. And check me out on my own channel. It's about Bucking Time. You can go to my Instagram page, AJ Turn Up. Check out my merchandise. I'm always about positive energy, respect the process, and turn up in style is what I always say. And thank you all for watching. And as always, go Bucs. Let's get this damn win. The hell, fuck them.